Oh boy, here we go. Hopefully the audio is fine. I'm basically gambling on what this will end up like. Alright, so I have beaten the original Five Nights at Freddy's before. I'm curious about... I'm actually going to take a little bit of time to see if there are settings. I can edit. I'm gonna check quickly something on Reddit, and then because I want to give a little bit of time to allow the stream to start up. All right. Let's see if I can. Okay. Yep. Original Five Nights at Foobies. I'm. If it would let me, I may have to end up restarting the game. All right, restarting the game. Cause I guess if I click out of it, it breaks the game. All right, 5 Nights at Foobies. So yeah, I'm gonna go new game. I've beaten this game several times over. 420 is still the really difficult. I guess I'll mute phone guy because I want to be able to talk during the earlier nights. I'm going to give myself only one life per game. And this time, I'm actually going to do a longer stream. Okay, got rid of him. So... I think actually for the first hour, the animatronics can't move at all in the first night. I remember seeing a video that broke down the code of the game, and it talks about features like that. So, I'm also going to pull back my hair a little so I can see better. And this is going to be a good... starting into the game is pretty good warm-up just for... what it will be. I gotta say, this game, I stand by the designs of the first game's animatronics as the best in terms of balancing cutesy and creepy in that nice, uncanny hell mixture. Like, these guys are just cute enough to be like, yeah, those are animatronics on stage. But just, like, creepy enough to still be intimidating and imposing. And that's something I think the second game fell kind of flat on. Where I love the withered animatronics designs, and I think that, and I also like the designs of the toy animatronics, but neither are actually scary. The withered animatronics are actually kind of too cool looking to be intimidating. Like, well, I guess they're still intimidating, but they're just too cool looking to be like scary. Like, it's like the Terminator, the Terminator, like the bare endoskeleton of the Terminator is intimidating and imposing. And in the first film, I think it does, with how the stop motion is done, it is kind of creepy. But, like, the T-1000, for example, in Terminator 2, is just too badass to be intimidating, like, to be scary. And that's kind of how, like, Wither Bonnie especially, he's just too cool looking of a character. And then you have, like, another example is... and like I said, all the toy animatronics are just too cutesy. They're too friendly. I'm spending a lot of time on the camera tonight when not much happens. I just noticed the frame that you switch it, you can stop the fan. I've never noticed that. Is it 2 a.m. that they start being able to move from the first night? I know they can't move. Like, they're set at, like, AI level 0. For, like, the first hour or maybe 2. I might just do... I guess I'll go to Golden Freddy for every night. For every game. It might take some extra time. But I'm probably not going to beat most of them. Actually, having slightly less sensitivity is a little better for the first game, because you need everything's a bit closer together in later games. Okay, Bonnie's finally out. Where is Gold Bun Bun? Okay, he's there. I will say the first few nights actually do kind of benefit from the camera more, because the delay is so long. Yeah. But yeah, and then the third game, Springtrap's, once again, really cool design-wise. But, he's a little, like, limited. Like, he kind of falls into a gray area between the first game and the Withered animatronics, where he's so torn up, and he doesn't quite have that full uncanny valley, but then he has, like, the 5 fingers, and you know there's a person inside of it, like, after a bit. So that enhances things. And a lot of his stances are, like, more humanoid. I don't see this shot of Chica much, I just realized. It's not like I haven't seen the shot, I just don't see it much. Huh. There's some shots. Okay, there's Bonnie. God, this shot is the one where I a lot of times when I would first see gameplay, like Markiplier's initial thing, where he's like, "Oh, Bonnie's in the hallway, looking over there." I couldn't see Bonnie in, like, those original videos because I was mostly watching on, like, a Kindle Fire, weirdly enough, because I didn't have an iPad because it was too expensive. He's just going to sit there for a bit. Chica has to move. Bonnie can teleport wherever he wants, but Chica goes room by room in order. So she's for when she does approach. So she has to go to this next camera next, because she can't go back to Social. So I'm fine. I mean, oh, well, she just got lucky rolls, because that's how they determine things. That's what the 20s actually mean. God, you're still there. Night 1, if they get to your door, they just stay. I'll have this night no matter what at this rate. I could honestly leave the door open. God, get the roll you need. They roll a number from... So what the difficulty is... So every step, step of the way, they roll a number from 1 to 20. Or 0... yeah, from 1 to 20. And if the number of their difficulty is lower than or equal to that number they roll, uh, they can't move. Or if it's lower than they can't move, but it's equal to or greater, they can. Or something like that. No, it's the opposite. No, I was right the first time. Lower. Uh, so since they can't roll a 0, or it's something like that. It's some weird like system where it's like it's basically D&D rolls. And it's just determining like how easy. Like if they're 20, they're always going to roll a number equal to or less than 20, for example. But they can't roll a number less than 0. That's the excellent. Yeah. Okay. It's the weird thing about the first game. It has a bit of delay, and also the first game is going to be the most obnoxious to get through because it's like it's 8-minute nights. I'm pretty sure. But still, to continue on to design though. So yeah, like Springtrap is really cool, but he's very underutilized. Like I really think he should have had a more, like I know that wasn't a thing yet, but sister location style jump scare where it's like if his like head, like the top of his head like popped off rapidly, and then it was like the skeleton jumping at you, it would be, in my opinion, the most terrifying jump scare in all of FNAF. Until Bonnie leaves, I'm only gonna check the right door. I'm gonna wait a bit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, Bonnie. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a good interval to check because Chica, I think her timer is around 5 seconds for when she rolls. Because all of them have slightly different time intervals for when they're allowed to roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm getting very lucky with Bonnie right now. Chica hasn't... Yeah, she has to go through the kitchen at some point. So I'm just going to wait on Bonnie. I also don't even need to actually check Pirate Cove. Really. I mean, I do, but... Okay, Bonnie's finally out. And he's there. And then FNAF 4 is weird because because the animatronics are scary. I would say, but not in the same way as FNAF 1's like are. Since Bonnie can teleport, he's the priority of these two. So yeah, and Freddy can't move until night 3, so like they're very slasher villain horror. Like that is the creep factor of like the FNAF 4 designs. Like, oh, they're these big, scary, clawed and teeth monsters that want to rip you to shreds. Like that's scary, but not because it's uncanny, and that's kind of why I don't like them, honestly. To me, they're not exactly like the right type of scary. that I kind of want in FNAF. Okay. Chica's in the hallway. Probably. I now have to start worrying about her because she just went through. Okay, so she's still in the kitchen. Knowing how their AIs work makes this game so much easier. Because it allows you to really play off of. So, like, knowing Chica can only go to adjacent rooms. Like, means you can really play off of that. Okay, she's still in the kitchen. Okay, so she's approaching. So it's just I don't like that the FNAF 4 characters rely on being like inherently monsters and distorted. It does make them scary, like I said, but not in the way Five Nights at Freddy's is scary. Like, it doesn't work as well. It's if we started with FNAF 4, it would have been more B grade, not B grade. It would have been a more like generic random indie game. Because that's how most like horror games kind of get their deal is. Like a lot of the really classic like horror indie games use some other aspect to them to get like their fear out of them, and that's what Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and like technically 2 and 3 also did, to a not as good degree in my opinion. Like I said, I love the FNAF 2 designs. They're just not as scary as FNAF 1's. I will say that till I die. Mine's the puppet. I think the puppet is honestly like it's pretty fucking intimidating of those characters. Where the hell did... Where did she go? Oh, she's back in... Yep. Okay. Okay. Hi, Foxy. I'm pretty sure Foxy can't even get us at this point. Yep. Bonnie moving around. Yep. That's what that's like Bonnie's sound. I'm clicking cameras just quickly because I'm kind of bored. Like, not bored per se, but... Alright, if I just do this, literally no one can kill me right now, so... I wonder if I knew Foxy's timer. If I knew Foxy had to be every 6 seconds, or something like that, and I just had to count to 6. Yeah, I'm just going to wait at the timer, because like I said, no one can kill me right now. Yep, there goes Foxy doing his thing. Come on. Yep, there it is. Uh, Sister Location was kind of the renovation to me of it gets the closest to me like it's a weird hybrid between the FNAF 4's kind of horror like because they are it's they fall into like a middle ground just like Springtrap does but in a bit of a different way honestly uh uh the FNAF like the Sister Location crew are still cutesy and plasticky like the FNAF 2 ones, but are just a little bit more uncanny and imposing than them. Like they're a bit of a hybrid between the FNAF 1 and 2 design, like the toy and FNAF 1 designs. So, but they have that kind of FNAF 4 horror insanity, but instead of like a slasher villain way, it's a very industrial, kind of like what I said, first film Terminator way. Uh, so whenever they do their jump scares, uh, and that makes them, like I said, much more like they are another candidate for like the scariest animatronics to me, or like the not scariest, but like the most uncanny and, in my opinion, like the best designs. I do think there could be a case that the FNAF 4 characters are the scariest, but I don't think they're scary in the way they should be. I guess for lack of a term, like the way FNAF is kind of built upon. It's kind of like why like this is the more infamous like camera. I don't see them back there as much. I'm gonna hold off on my power a little bit because these nights start causing you to drain it a bit more. I know Bonnie's not out yet, so I don't need to check the right at, like the left at all. And I haven't heard Chica go to pots and pans yet, so she literally can't be at the right door. And she has to go by that logic, like I said. Yeah, okay, so Chica's still holding back a bit. So yeah, sister locations are up there, up there. I would say they're like right alongside, like pretty close to FNAF 1 as like the best scary. Not the most scary, the best scary is my key phrasing. Uh, that's concerning. I have lost Chica. No, I haven't. I found her. I am a little low on power for where I am in the night. This is night 3, and they can drag on at random. Uh, and then FNAF or Pizzeria Simulator is another one of those. What the hell? Okay, so she's now uh okay, so she's back there, so she still has to go through kitchen again. Okay, that should be long enough. Okay, Bonnie's out. Bonnie can't get to us quite this fast. Chica still has to go through. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Foxy's out. I have to delay Freddy. Okay, there we go. It's now to the point where I should be alternating, checking the two. I clicked out of the game. We are losing valuable time. I might be dead when I get back in. I want to check that camera. Yep, Freddy got one free move in. Oh boy. Foxy, you are about to run. Whenever I hear the footsteps, that's why it's when it's more important to check. Like, you always should be checking. Okay, Freddy's still there because I didn't hear his laugh. Chica's just obstructing him because two animatronics rarely can be loaded on the same screen. And since Chica's there right now, I know I don't need to check left. Okay, now Chica moved. I'm going to give myself one more check on either side because now they're heated up to a difficulty where checking. She could get to me fast enough. I should be good on power, but an animatronic can always drag out. Freddy is really slow this night, though. I gotta say, that horror sting is still alright. Freddy shouldn't be able to make it to me. Okay, so Chica's just going to stay there. Foxy can't hit me a second time before the night. Or he can. Or he can. Come on, Chica. I don't have to. Alright. We might be moving on to FNAF 2 sooner than I thought, depending on the role I get right here. It is all RNG here. Hey! Okay, we go on. That was just shitty Foxy look there. But I still had a chance, even though Foxy was being really aggressive. Which is, something I cannot say for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you get bad luck. That's game. I'm going loosely on like a not quite 4 second, but okay. Chica's out. Chica's going to be the slowest. Okay, now I gotta start checking. Right now what I'm doing is trying to keep Freddy at bay. By doing this, I'm making myself more vulnerable more regularly. But I'm also keeping 2 more dangerous characters at bay. Because Chica is typically slower than Bonnie, it's whatchamacallit, it's a little better to prioritize the left side. I know they're approaching soon. And I should very rarely have to deal with Foxy. Chica rarely attacks twice in a row, so because of her AI. I'm in an unfortunate power situation. Because Bonnie is going to just hold up that door for a bit. As long as I make it to 50% power by 3 a.m., I think I have a good chance. Because it's Foxy and Freddy who really... Okay, finally. Chica's had enough time to attack me again. So I'm going to prioritize her door a little bit more. Now the timer's reset for kind of both of them. So they could be here at any moment. It really doesn't matter what I see on the cameras, it just matters that I'm there. Because Foxy, in theory, if I'm rapid enough, can't progress literally at all. It is only whenever I'm taking breaks from the camera that Foxy can ever advance a stage. So you can see, it's 2 a.m. and he could have been able to attack me several times over, even though I've been pretty much only looking at Freddy. But I'm in a very bad power situation that I can only really keep up with Freddy. Oh, if Bonnie and Chica are nice. But this is optimal. So I'm gonna have to deal with it. It's not really a speed run, I guess, but it's just saying like someone who's good at the game can beat pretty much all of it. I almost clicked out of the game again. That actually got me a bit. Right now, if I just keep up checking, I won't, like I said, I won't ever have to worry about Freddy and Foxy. one of them could be here now, so. Okay, he's left. I told you, if I just kept the good rhythm, I could hold out with 50% power if I made it to that roughly at 3 a.m. It is just Foxy and Freddy that could ruin a run. I hear side effects, so I'm very concerned right now. In fact, I think this is actually a bit more optimal because I'm spinning. Because you can, as you've noticed, I can pretty much go several hours, even though I'm pretty much using 2 bars of power constantly. It burns through power, but it is, like I said, the most effective way to handle. And now it's to the point where I could hold out if I really needed to. Unless Chica attacks and holds down my power. And or Foxy got a miracle attack off. You see, Foxy's never attacked this entire night. Like, he's never even advanced from the curtain. I've just been literally blocking him at every turn he needs to attack. And Freddy is the same rule set, just he moves and doesn't attack instantly. So this is actually like the best possibility. Because now, I just wait. Foxy can't attack me if the power's out. And if it rolls over to that, I can just rely on luck. And Freddy can't really attack me easily. I know he's... And now I... pretty much any roll, unless Freddy attacks me instantly, will get me to 6 a.m. It's a fair strategy. There it is. I told you. Any roll I got there. I told all 0 of my watchers. I don't get viewers. I really should. I'm really split on doing... Oh, it's night 5 already. Jeez, I didn't realize that was night 4. I thought I was moving on. Okay. God, I'm very poorly positioned right now. I need to reposition myself to my more optimal Fnaf playing position. I don't know what it is about like laying back my chair like this, but it makes it really easy to get this rhythm going. The one issue is as we progress through the nights, Uh, this strategy is pretty wonky in 2020. Like the one I'm using, which is because it is very effective for eliminating Foxy, but it's hard to do some of the complex steps you need to do for 2020 with it. Because I can't just do this for 2020, because Freddy is... Yeah, okay. I got very lucky there. That she got like an instant perfect roll. And that she didn't attack me there. Like I said, if I can make it to 3 a.m. with 50%, I can pretty much bullshit my... I'm assuming it's... Yeah, Chica tends to stay briefer, because I think her timer's less than Bonnie, so that's why they kind of equal out. It's really Bonnie who could make her rip this run right now. Okay. Being able to adequately check both doors. If I can just... I'm going to slow my rhythm some. To conserve power just a bit. So I can hold out to make sure I got 50 by 3 a.m. I know someone's coming soon. Okay, Bonnie, just don't hold down my door. Because the one difference between Freddy and Foxy's AIs is that Foxy gets full-on reset as long as you're looking at the camera every time he makes a check. So if his timer is like every 4 seconds he rolls his number, right? And if you're looking at the camera, he instantly fails it, no matter what difficulty. That was not what I wanted, but that's balances out a little bit. Okay, that was really lucky on my part. Or that was really lucky that they both left at that time. I believe this is in my optimal FNAF 1 playing position. I could die to Night 6 though. Night 6 has given me trouble before. When I did because the precursor to this, it's been 3 life challenge for me, which is as it implies, I give myself 3 lives per game. But that just, the issue was not moving on to it. It didn't raise the stakes of dying enough as I thought it would. So I was like, oh, instead of just doing a normal marathon to allow it to move on smoother, I'll give myself like 3 lives per game. But this also gives us an accurate timer for how long the first game truly is if I never die. I know you could just do the math, but there's the little interstitial, like the boop, or like the I don't know how it sounds in the first game, I can't forget. When it's like night 5 or whatever, the new night you're going to. We are draining power a little rapidly, so I'll slow down my tempo again. Okay, Bonnie left, which was the best thing that could have happened. Okay. That was not the best thing that could have happened. As long as I keep... Okay, you're being really annoying. Please leave. I'm trying to slow my power usage some, but Bonnie and Chica are not making that easy. I don't know if I can hold out all of 5 a.m. on this. This might be where I die. On the last night, because Bonnie and Chica are just being very... Okay. Okay, I can hear them moving. Like I said, it's going to be much harder because I'm so low on power. But this is just a song, and I'm going to have to go to power out. This is like the... My goal is just to limit Foxy from going once. And not die to Bonnie or Chica being annoying. Okay, as long as Bonnie and Chica don't... Okay, I just need to hold out this 1%. Foxy shouldn't be able to attack me in this remaining time frame. So now it's just a game of, do I get a lucky roll? Nope. We've lost. No, there's no way the song's going to be long enough. Well, that was a good game. Move on to Fnaf 2. Don't give me hope. Don't. Nope, it's coming. You know it is. There it is. Alright. That's Fnaf 1. Ah, that was good, though. That was close. I don't remember the exact time. Let's see. 48. That first 2 minutes I wasn't doing. So I was really close. I was extremely close. But let's move on to Fnaf 2. Yep. I'm going to see... my goal is to do like the classic 4. Good old Night 8 is there. If you can see there's a brief... Oh, no, I don't want custom night. Let me quickly get out of the game so I can fix that. It's weird. I've played FNAF 1 and 2 by far the most. But I've played whatchamacallit, so little, like 3 and 4. I know I've beaten Sister Location, including Ennard. I don't think Foxy can appear the first night. So I'm just going to wind this until I hear the hallway alarms, or that I hear the alarms. That's what night 1 is. I don't think Shadow Freddy or Shadow Bond or RWQ can spawn this early on. So, I might be able to. I'll see if I get RWQ, because he's kind of my favorite of the two. Because this should just be every time I flick down my monitor, he has a chance of spawning, right? Come on. I don't care if the game crashes. I'm not gonna count that as a death. If seeing RWQ crash the game. I'm also gonna look under my desk to see if I get JJ at all. I mean, I might as well. There's not much going on right now. I don't hear the alarm, so no one can attack me yet. That means I don't even need to check. Okay, now the music box needs to actually be wound, so I'll just do this until I hear the hallway alarms. Have they moved yet? No, they haven't even moved yet, so who cares? This is night 1. A lot of people say, like, oh, FNAF 3, night 1's, like, literally pointless. And it's like, yeah, kind of, because there is no threat. Literally, but God, that's kind of the same thing with the first game and the second game. So it wasn't, like, unprecedented to not really have a threat. Like, yeah, you can die if you're basically, like, trying to. I just realized I can play, because I have control mapped to a button on my mouse, I could theoretically play this game with only my mouse. Let's see, does that camera pan match up? Okay, Bonnie's out, finally. Let's see, what is Bonnie's path, actually, come to think of it? Hi, Bun Boy. So he just goes straight there. Until I hear the hallway alarms, no one can, like I said, kill me. Like, Foxy can't be, like... Okay, finally. I think Toy Bonnie attacks from the right. Oh, it's just you. Oh, nope. Yep. This is Toy Bonnie. I hate how he functions because he doesn't stack with the wizards. Alright. Back to waiting. That's how night 1 and 2 basically are. Because that alarm sound doesn't play, like the... And I think the second game is slightly shorter in night length, right? Let me look this up. Oh, so it's 9 minutes for the... Okay. So now I'll have to actually start checking for real. Okay, someone's in the vents. Okay, so I know Finance Phrase 1 is 5 seconds. It's 8 minute 55 seconds. It's not 5 seconds long, obviously. Oh, I'm being queued from both sides. No one can attack me from the hallway. Why am I checking that? Can I say Toy Freddy is like the least memorable part of this game? Like, I guess Toy Chica at least had the stupid Rule 34 shit, and Toy Bonnie has the cool animation. And Mangle is like the best looking design of all the characters. All the toy characters, to be clear. Once again, it's one of those, it's a little too, like, they're a little too destroyed. To really get, like, the peak effect. Uh, so let's see, 8 minute 55. Oops. I accidentally hit escape. 7 minutes, FNAF 2. Okay, so... whoops. We're going to have to restart. So yeah, 7 minutes. So it is 1 minute 55 seconds shorter. Let me look up. Since I don't need to do anything for like this first bit, I'm going to use this as a grace period. 6 minutes long for the third game. So yeah, so the fourth and third game are 6 minutes long. Alright, that... I guess Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator don't really have night lengths. So... I was going to look up how long the Ennard fight is. I'm going to be honest, I really don't feel like doing the no death challenge on Sister Location, because it's so rapidly different that it's not really like a... I guess I could. But there's just so many cutscenes that it would drag on a lot. Okay. But yeah, let's look at the withers. Yeah, like this screenshot of the like the classic 3 torn apart, and occasionally the shots of the toy animatronics are creepy and all like that. Also, I say this has always bothered me that this Freddy has like a fucking like red dot on his eye for some reason. Okay, I wonder if that was just like a modeling error or something like that. Because no other like Freddy poster we see has that. Oh no, there it is. It is like the weird red dot. What the hell is that? Like, this has always weirded me out. That it was a mechanic. Or it's not a mechanic, that it was just a visual trait, and I've never understood it. I guess if Mangle was completed, like just normal Toy Foxy, kind of like that their initial teaser had them. They could have been whatchamacallit, like the creepiest character of the toy. Like they already are. The fact that there's just this moiled, like this mangled mass of parts with like a separate endoskeleton head put onto it, which we never really did get an explanation of what the hell that head is. Like, yeah, Rockstar has the whatchamacallit, the like the pirate, the parrot, and that's what a lot of people were theorizing it was. But as we can see, like Mangle has, and then it's like, are these two hands? Did Mangle just not have a claw hand? Or if that's a second head for like another endoskeleton, did they just stick another hand on it and lose the claw hand? But then again, like, that might be the case because Funtime Foxy from FNAF World. Okay, finally someone's... Okay, yeah, so that's Toy Freddy. I guess I'll actually check now. Oh, Toy Freddy might actually attack. Since Toy Freddy actually is pretty... Yeah, I was expecting it, but... I gotta say, I kind of like Toy Freddy, especially with the voice he got. I feel like Toy Freddy and like some of the toys would have been better if they had voices right away, but it's not like Scott would have had like the budget or time to integrate that per se. I'm just saying, I think this game, like, the push it needed would have been some voices. But I totally understand waiting until the 5th game. I guess Five Nights at Freddy's 3 also would have been really pushed with voices. FNAF 4 really didn't need it. Like, none of the games needed it. It's not like, oh, if Five Nights at Freddy's 3 had voice acting, it would have been the best Five Nights at Freddy's game. No, it would just been a cool like, little trait, but I understand like wanting to find the right voices. And I'm pretty sure we might not have gotten voices for a good while. And Social Location might not have been the same game it ended up being. If he didn't have the interactions with the people who did the joke voices for FNAF 4. Because I'm pretty sure William's voice actor was Souldozer in Foxy Fighters. I'm pretty sure that's PJ Haywood. And like Withered Chica's and Toy Chica's voice actor carries over. Fredbear's doesn't he voice like who the hell voices Fredbear in that? Does he come back? He might not. And I think like the experience of working with voice actors for the first time like properly kind of set up FNAF or Sister Location to be what it is. And it's one of the best Five Nights at Freddy's games in my opinion. It's like I know everyone like puts like FNAF 2 and 1 as like the best with the VR is like, oh, because it's a recreation. It's like the other one that's like up there because it's like it has some of the most content and has a relatively easy to follow plot. It doesn't rely on too many out there Easter eggs. Like yeah, it relies on Easter, like it has a lot of Easter eggs put stuff together, but it's still pretty followable, and they're pretty like well integrated and like pretty like if you're just enough of a fan of the series, you can put it all together. And this is all it will be. I also just need to wait for the horror stinger for Foxy to appear. So he can't just appear out of nowhere. Oh, hey, you joined, Zach.
Yeah, I snuck in, don't worry. I'll be back in a couple seconds. I'm just here
So yeah, Zach's here. Luckily, FNAF 2 runs in windowless full screen window borderless, whatever that term. Windowed full screen borderless, whatever the term is. Like, so I can actually monitor the stream a bit more. Oh, I still don't have the sirens playing, so I really don't need to check like I am. We'll just listen to Mangle's beautiful voice. Since literally no one can attack me right now. Well, they can attack me right now. They just won't because the Stinger's not playing. And FNAF 2's first 2 nights are pretty damn easy. Oh, Balloon Boy moved once. Takes him 4. Oh, and Toy Freddy's out. Okay, finally some shit's going down. Hi, Mangle. It's my, I was going to say girl, but questionable gender character. I'm starting to wonder if uh the reason Phone Guy says to flash the characters with your light uh is because he knows that sometimes Foxy can be obstructed by characters in the hall. So you have to flash the new ones anyway. I also think that's supposedly Mangle is like Foxy whenever she's in the hallway, or he. Okay, I wasn't sure Toy Chica left because the toys have weirder rules for their timing. Okay, Toy Chica. Yep, and now we got the horror sting on loop. Oh boy, FNAF 2. It's weird. FNAF 2 is like the most like like it has some of the most solid rhythm. But it's so RNG heavy for the later challenges and stuff, like especially with Foxy. That I just have my issues with it. Especially since you rarely get to actually flash Foxy. Luckily, we have a little bit of a grace period when flipping up the monitor. Odds are Toy Volume won't attack again, but Mangle could be there. Oh yeah, Mangle doesn't make a sound. What am I talking about? I wonder how much Scott made off the first game. Because the second game, like the first game did blow up, don't get me wrong. But it was the second game where stuff really hit it big. So, like that's where it was like more of a phenomenon than just like a hit. Arguably, like that, or that's where it started, and that kind of carried through FNAF 3, and then FNAF 4 because it honestly sucked. That's kind of my hot take on the fourth one. You'll notice a lot of people when they fall off the series, it was because of FNAF 4 and FNAF World. It's because that's when things got way too complicated and vague and cryptic. Like, yeah, you had the FNAF 3 minigame where you had to put a wall tile in, but that's just a case of figuring out what to do to get to what is still kind of a straightforward plot. Puppet puts the souls to rest. Main character and or something causes a fire to try and kill the killer. Souls are put to the rest. Killer might still be out there. Like FNAF 3 is relatively straightforward in terms of the actual like plot of it, even though it's even though it's like technically more whatchamacallit, like complicated in terms of how to use the minigames. And that's kind of what Scott said when FNAF 4 came out. It's like this the chat, like the crypticness of FNAF 3 was the convoluted mini games. Which really weren't as bad as some people will say that. Like, yeah, the wall tile one is cryptic, but there were hints between nights on how to do every single one. So it really wasn't that, like, absurd. Because it's like BB double click. So it's like, so you just have to look for anything that has Bloom Boy in it. So you can click like the mask in the office first, then you see there's a poster of him in one of the hallways. You click on it, and that teaches you that you can click on posters. And it's also there's a picture. There's like 5 cupcakes, so it's like, and then you see a cupcake that it wasn't there because you're looking at the monitors more. Like it's not like this stuff came out of nowhere necessarily. Was it straightforward or simple? No, but it was trying to get you to like figure stuff out. Like I said, the plot itself really wasn't that complicated up to this point. We know we had pretty much established that there's a killer. He killed the kids. Things start with the puppet, presumably. Golden Freddy's like the odd one out of the 5, for some reason. The puppet brings the animatronics to life. In fact, for this night, I can kind of break my strategy by it. And just wait till the audio singers. And FNAF 3 is the killer. The killer becomes Spring. Since no one's watching this, I'll explain this to that. Alright. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing FNAF 2 because I died in FNAF 1, and the whole gimmick of the stream is every time I die, I go to the next game.
Yes, I see.
So I'm on night 3 of FNAF 2. Since in this game, there's an audio stinger. Every time anything that's either in the hallway or in, like, approaching your vents can attack you. It's technically when they get outside of your vents, but whatever. Point is, you only have to really look out for danger when the ba-da sound effect is playing. So I can just hold on the box since there's no limited power. So all that's like attacking me right now is Foxy and whatever's in the vents right now. So now I actually have to play, but oh, hi Withered Bonnie. But yeah, what I was talking about was part of my statement I'll stand by. FNAF 4, in my opinion, is the worst game. Because, like, FNAF 3 had cryptic shit in it, like, put in a number sequence from one of the between night minigames into a wall, like, into the wall tiles as if it's a keypad. That's pretty fucking cryptic. But it at least gave you hints to all of that, and the plot itself was pretty straightforward if you played all the minigames. Like, and up to that point, the complete plot was, there's a killer, he kills kids, starting with 1 kid and then 5 kids. The first kid is the puppet, puts the souls to rest of the other 5. Or, like, brings the souls to life to get revenge on the killer. And then FNAF 3, they get revenge on the killer. He becomes Springtrap, and that's, like, your threat for the night. And then the good ending is is the puppet putting the souls to rest, or not. The bad ending is not putting the souls to rest. The good ending is putting the souls to rest, and otherwise, whatchamacallit, fucking the souls are just not for the rest, and whatever. Point is, it was pretty simple at that point. Kids die, want revenge on killer. Killer's character. Right? You were really quiet. Are you, like, far away or something? Like,
I don't know. I don't know why I'd be quiet.
oh, it's because it's just because FNAF is really loud. But then FNAF 4 is just so much like, there's no hidden mini games that make things cryptic. It's just the fact that the plot explanation and story is super cryptic and weird. It's like, okay, so this kid is being tormented by his brother. It's at when Fredbear is still around, which is mentioned in this game, that there's, in the third game, that there's a Fredbear's Family Diner, and those are the suits that that William the killer uses. Okay, and it's like, why is his brother tormenting him? Why is he doing this? That's never explained. Why is the kid afraid of the animatronics? It's something like, it's like, you know what you saw, because his plushie can teleport and talks to him. So it's like, who's the plushie? Why is it psychic and teleporting and shit? What did he see? The fuck are you talking about, Scott? And it's a lot of, like I said, cryptic fucking nonsense. Are you watching the stream right now, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it is, man.
Okay, I was guessing that because I don't get viewers. And it's like, there are so many little things like, and then Scott would say shit like, personally, or he was like, why would the kid with the Chica toy be like, why is the Chica toy the kid's playing with missing its beak? And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? And then, like, night 7 fucking ends with, like, this box, and it's like, then the text displays, some things are best left forgotten for now. And the box never got opened because Scott was unhappy with what he felt was going to be inside the box and how people react to it. So it's like, so the game has, like, an empty promise in it, or not an empty promise, just a mystery, like, a night that has no fucking purpose other than to be difficult. You have the weird-ass metaphorical character Nightmare, so, and the whole character named Nightmare Animatronic, so is it all a dream? Is every game a dream? Is it just, is FNAF 4, like, it's, like, what the fuck? Obviously, these things can't just be actual animatronics made, because no one would fucking make these animatronics. Like, yeah, William's a psychopath, but there's no reason to believe that William's tormenting this one kid in particular. Especially since he's the main, and we didn't even know who William was at this point. Like, we had no reason to believe this was the purple, like, the main killer's kid. And it's like, is this the origin story for Golden Freddy? But then who's the 5th kid? Because there's 5 missing kids. Oh yeah, these are the between night minigames of FNAF 2. You just look around from Freddy's perspective. Wow, that creepy music plays. And then there's Golden Freddy. Oh boy. Hi, Golden Fredbo. This is one of the coolest shots of Golden Freddy to me. So it's like, I kind of wish Foxy was here. Then it would be like, oh, the union of the 5. That says it's me, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, then who's the 5th missing kid? There's always depicted 5 kids. So, is the 5th kid the kid you're playing as in FNAF 4? Is this the origin of the puppet? But the puppet was run over by a car. Then, if it's not the puppet, then who is the kid who got run over by a car outside the Freddy's? Is that Golden Freddy? But the jump scare played in that minigame in FNAF 2 is the fucking puppet. And it's like the 5th kid gets the Golden Freddy jump scare in this game. So it's like, the fuck?
You ever consider that there might be some contingency errors because this got really popular really fast, so they cobbled the story together?
That's basically what Scott confirmed. But remember, we didn't know that at the time. There was no precedent for, like, continuity errors. In FNAF at this point, like I said, there was just no precedent for it. There was no case where there was a continuity error up to that point. And the thing is, there really wasn't. It was only after FNAF 4 that there were continuity errors. Because FNAF 4 was such a janky mess that Scott basically said he had to, like, modify the rest of the story from there on out. because you realize it couldn't be the final game because of how little people understood it. And yeah, it made no fucking sense. And even he was like, yeah, in retrospect, I was way too cryptic with that one. In an interview with one of the big, or like one of like the main like FNAF YouTubers, Daco.
I just discovered this, through comedy, I found, like this play, called Sleep No More, and it's a really interesting thing. It's a theater production in New York, and what it is, instead of being like a regular theater production where you're on a stage, there's this 5-story building, that's completely dedicated to, the production, and you wear these masks and you walk around the rooms of the building watching scenes as they happen, and you can choose where you want to be to watch like a
that kind of reminds me of the, have you ever seen gameplay of Night Trap?
No.
It's a game where it's a Sega CD game, so technically Sega Genesis, where you're supposed to be watching a house to protect people from being attacked by like these monster people things.
Yeah.
But you can watch the story unfold by going to the different cameras. So it's kind of like that, where you can like see any part of the story going on at a given time. But that sounds way more complicated and interesting than what you're describing.
Yeah. And apparently, it's primarily based on William Shakespeare's Macbeth, with inspirations also taken from Noir films, as well as some references to the 1697 Paisley witch trials. And it's just like, huh, I wonder what's going on with this weird thing.
But yeah, FNAF 4 is, it has some pretty actually good gameplay, and I'll give it that the animatronics are scary in design, but they're not like scary in the way that like the first game's characters are, where it's like, it's uncanny because it's like they're kind of cutesy cartoon characters, but they're also disturbing because they're animatronics and they're behaving weirdly and shit. So it's like the first game's animatronics are like built on the uncanny valley, right? But FNAF 4 is like slasher horror. So it's like, yeah, it's scary, but not in the same iconic way, so I don't like them as much because of that. Also, I'm just fucking abusing my flashlight right now, I just realized. I might die to Foxy because of my arrogance.
You shall perish for what you have done.
Oh, hey, Foxy. I don't have much more flashlight time with... And then it's like, you also notice that whenever people talk about, like, losing interest in Five Nights at Freddy's, it's always after the 4th game and FNAF World, which are kind of intertwined. Which I don't blame them. When FNAF World came out, it was a hot mess. It was only after, like, an update and, like, patch to the game that the game kind of redeemed itself. So... after doing Golden Freddy mode so much, I'm so used to, like, every time I do anything, there being a threat. Which is the one where everyone's set on the highest difficulty. But it's not going on this. So I don't like FNAF 4. It has cool gameplay for its core nights and stuff. But I think it's like I said, scary animatronic designs, but not scary in my opinion, like the right way. Oh, I got an Easter egg there at the bottom under my thing. I might barely squeak by this night, but I need to be way more balanced with my flashlight use. Than I have been. Hi, Freddy. But yeah, I have some issues with Fnaf 4. Okay, I beat the night. Like I said, I was cutting it close there because I was being very reckless. Alright, next minigame. Yeah, we got Puppet looking at us. Oh, and don't give me... And then, because of FNAF 4, there were theories like, oh, is our Puppet and Golden Freddy the same character? Because you see Golden Freddy in the night right before this one, right? So it's like, oh, is it coming out of the Golden Freddy suit? I love trying to get all of the Puppet into one eye. Anyway. I actually died on night 5 in the first game because I was being attacked by Bonnie and Chica too much. Okay, I shouldn't use the flashlight this entire first time until I hear the stingers, which are the warning that stuff is about to attack you. Which is almost always Foxy first. Okay. Since this is not Golden Freddy mode, I have a bit more time. Okay, I'm actually, if there's no stingers, I don't have to do anything. Did the stingers break? That's supposed to be the warning that a threat's coming. And there are threats coming. What the hell are they doing in those vents? Okay, now it's playing the stinger again. I could have just... I missed my chance to hover over the light button. So I could have... There could have been like Toy Chica or something like in there, and that could have just ended the run right there. Okay, I did not mean to do that. I gotta say, this game and the first game have some of the best like rhythm to the gameplay loop, and it almost becomes like a reaction game. I just think it's too RNG heavy in this one, because like full difficulty Foxy on the difficulty challenge, like the highest difficulty challenge, and it's just way too aggressive. It can just out of nowhere kill you almost instantly. And like that single-handedly can ruin the run, even if you have perfect reaction timing for everyone else. And it could be completely out of your control. I was too slow. That's game. Oh no, never mind. I guess there's slightly different timing for stuff. Okay, that time I think I should have been in time. Oh, something I said earlier in the stream that you weren't here for was that, to me, the animatronics of this game aren't as scary as the first games because the withered animatronics are too cool looking, in my opinion. Like, fucking, like, oh, I got an Easter egg there. That's a rare shot. You rarely ever see that shot. I just got of, like, Foxy standing there. But like Mangle and the Wither animatronics are too cool looking. The toy animatronics are too cutesy looking. And like the Wither animatronics are like too destroyed. A bit, like most of them are a bit like too damaged to like have that uncanny valley horror, and they aren't damaged or like crazy looking enough to have the FNAF 4 horror factor. So they just kind of end up being like they're still good designs, but they're not scary designs. Is the way I put it or explain it. And FNAF 3 is kind of between FNAF 1 2's designs, in my opinion, since all the Phantom animatronics are reused designs from prior games, and Springtrap's the only unique model. Like, Springtrap himself is, like, kind of between them, where it's like, he's still recognizable enough, and because he has, like, a rotting corpse inside of him, he's a little balanced out for being, like, uncanny and creepy. But he's still a little, like, too destroyed and, like, wrecked looking. To get that, like, true uncanny horror. And like I said, FNAF 4 is just slasher horror. Ah, shit. That's game. Night 5 again. Night 5 again. Unless I get really lucky with Foxy, which I'm not. Which, like, there's no way I make it to this night with the time frame I have left, by the way. It is, like, pretty much impossible. There it is. Yeah, if I can't flash Foxy, that's game. Unless it's, like, 5 a.m. So, okay, that's FNAF 2. Moving on to the third game. I've beaten... I didn't even realize I beat the first 5 nights of FNAF 3. When did I do that? I don't ever remember doing that. I don't think the cheat codes of the first 2 games work on this one. Let me look. I want to test this, because I wonder if I cheated, because I don't remember... Yeah, I don't think the... while we're here, I guess make the night pass a little bit more. Let me see if I can find... yeah, you can access this minigame. And this is what I was talking about when I said there were, like, minigames hidden that unlock the true ending. In fact, I don't even think you need to collect all the balloons. Can't I just go... Yeah, yeah, you unlock an exit here. But... you're supposed to go out this thing. Which you could figure out just by being bad at controls, so it's not, like, that impossible to figure out. And since you don't get any reward for exiting the game, nothing happens. I just realized this Balloon Boy has a really funky design. Like, he doesn't look like the original Balloon Boy at all. Like, yeah, he has a balloon and he has, like, that propeller hat, but... Yeah, okay. And that unlocks us a thing. What is it you do? Yeah, it's loading the night here a bit for us. Let's see. Can you? I can't press the buttons here. I don't think I have whatchamacallit, like stuff unlocked yet. Oh yeah, nothing happens on the first night of this game, by the way. There's literally no animatronics that can hit you, like attack you. It's literally just
Yeah. No.
uh
Well, first of all, that was like a month ago that I drank that. Well, I don't know then.
uh let's see what. I don't think you can. Yeah. So Zach, you know how I mentioned there was floor, like the tiles on the wall you're supposed to press?
Yeah.
These fucking tiles on a later night, and only on a later night, you're supposed to input a code, and that access. It's the most convoluted minigame. Is that like an eaten hot dog on my desk? I just realized. Yeah, this game.
So we know for sure now that Gibraltar's getting the next heirloom. If you haven't seen it,
Oh, okay. Oh, is this
just
the?
gonna throw that in
I'm
there.
trying to remember where Happiest Day is. There's one of the. There's another poster you're supposed to click that brings you to. I believe it's that one. Let me look around. I don't want to click on it because it'll reset my progress on the night. Is this one you're supposed to input the code on? I know there's an arcade account you're supposed to put a code into, which I'm pretty sure is this one. Uh, uh, I also gotta say, to me, the only like lackluster part of this game is that Springtrap's jump scare is shitty. He basically just strolls up to you. And he's like, "Hey, how are you going?" We might see it if I make it far enough, because I'm not the best at this game. Like, I know how to play it well. I just have not. I don't have like the muscle memory or like practice of it. In the fourth game, God, I'll be surprised if I make it to night 5 in the fourth game. But we can just sit here and wait because this game is supposed to be, because it has some more intricate and like bizarre mechanics. Phone guy is supposed to be talking to you, but I muted him. So it is literally just waiting. This is also the only game where you have to click the stuff to pull it up. There's also a weird ass mechanic that's never explained in this game, where like an alarm will beep, and that's supposed to tell you that there are multiple illusions of Springtrap out. How the fuck you're supposed to figure that out, I have no clue. Scott had to explain it in like a Steam post because it was so complicated. Okay, so this is the between night mini games of FNAF 3. You play as Fred Boy over here in the FNAF 1 location, presumably. It pretty much matches up. Yeah, that's. You know, skeletons, everything's wet and drippy. You're supposed to follow Shadow Freddy, but if you want to make progress on the true ending, there's these codes. So it says BB double click, which is supposed to tell you to click on that. So it's top right, bottom left, top. Okay. So now let's follow Shadow Freddy, who is pretty associated with Golden Freddy
Mm-hmm.
as a character, but we have no clue what the fuck his deal really is. And if you take too long in this minigame, Purple Guy kills you like outright. Like he'll come through walls and shit. But you're supposed to go here. And then you're supposed to follow him up here. And it's like there's a blocked off thing there, and then it'll be like, error, I can't go through there. There's like a force field there. And then loud noise. There he is. William dismantles you. We're just Purple Guy at this point in time. We didn't know his name was William. And now it's night 2. Let's meet the call again, because I know this shit. So let's go to the cabinet. Or it's a, bop. Can I just go through here without collecting my parts? I don't remember what you're supposed to do. Yeah, there's like what's believed to be a collector. But see, like, because there's this extra space over here, and you've probably already noticed that, like, you can go through walls and stuff, it's like, oh, you go here, because why is there a platform here? And you go to Red Pixel Land. And then you have, like, something here, presumably the puppet crying.
You boydly commenting, hydrate in chat. Yes, consume the water.
And because we got the balloon thing in the night 1, these balloons are here. And I fucked up the parkour. I want to beat night 5. Damn it, why is that jump so hard? I didn't even know there was a water emote. Oh, I can just do that. Can I do that up here? Oh, I can.
We have a ton of weird emotes on YouTube. We have like cat in the box emote.
So yeah, I got the cake. The cake now allows me to because you got the the reminder like BB double click and all that. We now go to, is it here? Yeah, we go back to the Balloon Boy minigame. And now we go out through the window again, and now we hold right, I believe. Yeah, and now we go on to the balloons we collected again, and because we got the cake with Mangle, I know this is cryptic bullshit, but still. We go across the balloon platforms to an area we couldn't get to before, which allows us to bring cake to this kid. And this becomes the Foxy Kid. And now we've completed the Easter egg challenge for this game. And now we have to deal with Springy Boy, who is over here, and let's actually...
They're buffing Rampart and Caustic, that's nice.
Cool.
The amp cover cooldown was decreased from 30 seconds to 20, and then the Nox gas trap cooldown was decreased from 25 to 20. They're nerfing the Hemlock. Damage decreased from 22 to 20. Mastiff spread out 3rd and 4th pellets to decrease max range of 4 pellet hits. Was plus minus 7.5 degrees. Is now plus minus 10 degrees. Prowler reserve bullets increased from 175 to 210. Some other stuff. Loot Marvins. We're getting Loot Marvins, JJ.
Oh boy.
After having been previously decommissioned, Marvins are now programmed to reward legends in the area, only appearing in Olympus. These friendly guys will give you loot after interacting with them. They'll produce tiered loot equal to what is shown on their screens. White sad face, common level 1 loot. Neutral blue face, rare level 2 loot. Please purple face, epic legendary tier 3 loot. Very happy yellow face, legendary loot or level 4 loot. Um, Pick up your loot and thank your friendly Marvin, or if you're feeling toxic, shoot them. When you do, they may drop their arm for you
Oh,
to store in your
how did
inventory.
you get here?
Taking this arm to another Marvin with a missing piece may get you reward high 5. So fairly, you can get loot from Marvins, steal their arms, take it to other Marvins, and get more loot or high 5s or shit.
Okay, I'm currently trying to not die. And we'll have to
Oh,
repair my audio system very soon.
by the way, the new event, right, called Airdrop Escalation Takeover, apparently instead of being its own playlist, it's just gonna, like, take over the normal Play Apex game mode.
Oh, I died. Like I said, I suck at this game. That's a jump scare, by the way. He just strolls up. Oh, yeah, you can watch it in the stream. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Died on the second night. It's embarrassing. Alright, Fnaf 4.
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah, even Scott was like, that is like the failure of FNAF 3. And I agree. Oh, okay, so I'm going to let you see this spooky. So this is FNAF 4 in its stupid, cryptic-ass glory. He locked you in your room again. Don't be scared. I am here with you. Oh boy, who is Cry Boy?
Streaming this to your mainstream?
What?
It's not streaming right now. Looking for game to capture.
Oh, there. It wasn't okay. It wasn't like that for FNAF 3, right?
No, it wasn't. It just when you turned off FNAF 3, it went to the looking for game to capture.
Here, let me. Isn't there a? I believe pressing space on these guys says.
That didn't fix it. Oh nope. Oh, okay, that's weird.
What?
Okay, it was on and off with capturing the stream. It was like, well, not capturing it. Now it is.
Now he's a cry boy. Oh, sad. Tomorrow is another day. Oh, this minigame is basically pointless. I have 2 viewers supposedly, and I have no clue why.
It might be me reloading, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, it could be that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have unlimited flashlights, so. Alright, I know how this game works. I just needed a refresher of which buttons were which. Since it's night 1, I should be able to beat night 1. I don't know, because night 1 is difficult.
With this update, we're testing a new approach to LTMs. Instead of launching it as its own playlist, the airdrop escalation LTM will be a takeover of normal play Apex game mode. It's a classic battle royale, but with way more supply drops. Immediately after you leave the jump ship, you'll find a cluster of 4 supply drops across the map during each round. More will drop. They land at the same speed as Lifeline's care packages. Each supply drop will contains fully kitted weapons of different tiers, depending on the round. For example, round 1's drops feature level 2 kitted weapons, while round 4's drops include red armor and crate weapons. As with regular fully kitted weapons, You can't break them down or swap their attachments onto other weapons, and of course, regular weapons and weapons will still appear as ground loot. They said weapons and weapons twice.
All right, so I will say, Zach, this is the most sound-based Five Nights at Freddy's. Of what I'll be playing today. I'll stop after this game because there isn't really another good game to play this style in the series other than Pizzeria Simulator. Like I could do it for FNAF 5, like that's its location, but I kind of don't feel like it. I need to listen for like a specific type of sound at the doors. It's 3 a.m. Foxy isn't like a thing yet, so I don't have to worry about him. This is a very uneventful night one, kind of like all of them. Every game is a pretty uneventful night one.
This event's going to be very interesting.
Fucking died the first time. First night death, I knew it. Well, that's the stream. Like I said, the